Today, boom, Ascended Master card reading day. Hi you guys, welcome back to Pick a Card Monday. I am especially excited about this week because I'm using the Ascended Master deck. If you're new here, we're going to be giving messages for each of you. And although this deck, it's very old school, it's just for me, the messages for me come through so clearly when I do use this deck. I'm so curious if you guys have any other deck recommendations, since I am doing these every week, getting back into my cards a little bit. I'm really curious what you guys are loving. I just am so familiar with them and I've worked with them for so long that you guys are about to get like hopefully very inspired messages today to help you out. And today I really grabbed for this deck because the question we are going to be digging into for each of you is what is causing your stress and your anxiety. Now, before we get any further, if this is your first time here, my name is Katie Burke. I am an intuitive and I've been coaching women for many years as far as, wellness, empowerment, just like all together, really just up leveling into that next phase of mastery and spiritual maturity in your life. You can go to my website, check out what I'm up to. I'm posting a ton on YouTube right now. I'm really loving that. I don't know, I've never really gone all out with this platform before, and it feels like a new challenge and really exciting for me. So I would really appreciate your support by subscribing, ringing the bell. You have no idea how much that means to me. Every single one of you that subscribe, it really means the world to me. You can also find me on Instagram. I'm super active there as well. So Instagram, YouTube, that's where I'm loving being right now. And so I would love to meet you guys. Let me know in the comments as we get going what messages are standing out for you. What group did you decide to be in? So today we're actually going to do 4 groups with the Ascended Masters, okay? So right now what your job is as the viewer is to think, okay, I'm ready to receive a message. Now see the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 in your mind, and which one are you feeling drawn to? Okay, so hold on to that right now. I'm probably gonna link the timestamps below. So if you're in group number 3 and you just want to get right to that one, I'll put that in the pinned comment so you can go ahead and just jump in right to the message that you want to get today. I'm gonna spread the cards out into 4 different piles. That's what I don't know. I feel guided to do 4 today. I usually only do 3. We're getting a bonus one today. Somebody needed that bonus 4th pile. Okay, so let's do it. Group number 1. For my number ones. Hello, number ones. What is causing your stress and anxiety right now, and what can help this group to move through that with a lot of grace and ease? Let's see what's going on. Hello. Okay, hi group number 1. Okay, we have Purification with Tara. Come out of the closet. Hello, starseeds. Priorities. Okay, this is really, okay, group number 1. So you're going through it right now. Hi. So there's a lot to say. There's a lot to say right here. But at the same time, there's not. It's really more, there's just a lot of energy behind what I am about to say, which is there is something in your life right now that is serving as a distraction for you. It's serving as a challenge for sure. And it is that invitation for you to purify yourself of that addictive tendency. Now, I just want to say this is such a human conversation, okay? I have been here and been here and been here, and we'll continue to go through this, right? This is that moment though where it's time to recognize what has been something that you've been distracting yourself with so that you don't have to work with her. And so what is that thing? And usually it's something really private that we don't talk to other people about what is causing your stress and anxiety. There's some sort of addictive tendency that you are really frankly, you're just really holding on to. And this is just your higher self, like saying, you know, we could work on purifying ourselves of this. We could go that direction. And that takes a lot of courage, you guys. It takes a lot of courage to come out of the closet with who you really are. So I'm sending a lot of support, a lot of encouragement to just come more and more fully in your truth, group number one. So, and it can be easy, you guys. It does not need to be, it doesn't need to be dramatic, okay, like at all. That's kind of the biggest setback, I think, is when we get into a place of feeling like we're in an addiction. It feels like there has to be some sort of like big drama explosion for it all to finally settle, and that's not true. This could be as simply as a little perspective shift that you take on right now. You invite in more peace, and this can be super easy going to really shift into being in a place where you're not struggling with addiction. You're not struggling with distracting yourself. It's probably time for like a good, you know, maybe a technology cleanse, maybe a physical cleanse. It feels like there's just a little bit of, you know, going to an extreme to really rid yourself of a bad habit or something that you're doing to distract yourself. And then things will just kind of naturally level out. But whether that is, you know, just being on your phone, like too much screen time, or maybe it's too much sugar or too much of something that you're just really leaning into, and it has that like addictive tendency. This can also really come up in our relationships as well. Just like, just getting stuck in patterns of behavior that we've truly outgrown on our inner planes, but it just hasn't like really embodied into a habit change or some sort of change in our life yet. So just a little bit of encouragement for you guys to, yeah, just be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself in that area and be really gentle and really forgiving. And there's no reason to judge yourself at all, because again, I just want to like really emphasize that this is such a human process that you're going through. There's nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing to be ashamed of, okay? So it's really just about, do you want to love yourself a little bit more? And how can you do that? How can you really support yourself right now to move on to more empowering behavior and more, yeah, just like so things feel a little more settled down. That was group number one, and let me know in the comments how that's landing for you guys. Really sending my support to you guys, because I know that, you know, addictions can just be so sticky. You know, they really can be. They can just feel like they really are, they really get stuck to us. And to really like scrape it off of our energy and our personality and our embodiment, it can sometimes take feeling all of your feelings kind of like at once, allowing that emotional release and getting just really present with yourself and honest with yourself if that's how you want to be living. And there's no judgment. It's completely up to you. And just be gentle with yourself and really ease into things. So let's move on to group number two. Let's see what is causing your stress and anxiety. What's going on, you guys? Oh, energy, flow of prosperity, and meditate. Oh, hi, group number two. Pretty clear and simple, you guys. Clear and shield your energy, flow of prosperity, and meditate. So, okay. Did you guys know money comes from nothing? Money comes from nothing. Money is energy. Money is in the same way that you can clear your energy shield, whatever it is that you want to call into that, into your field is available to you. You are the creator of that. You are not a victim of the financial system. You are not a victim of a certain wage. you can always create even more. We all have such an opportunity right now to really express ourselves in ways that can truly bless our lives, like with a lot of prosperity, with a lot of money. A book I would really recommend if this is where your stress and anxiety is right now, is with your finances. There's a great book called Creating Money. I actually just dipped into it last night. It's one of those books that you can just open up to any page and read one page, and it just kind of like really helps shift your perspective. Is a nice thing to meditate on. It's a really good one to start off first thing in the morning. I had a friend in St. Louis who committed, her and her husband were reading that book every single morning, and they started making money like crazy, and it always stuck with me. And her testimonial to that book, I decided to get it. I don't buy a lot. I'm not a big book person anymore. I'm pretty selective on what I'm going to be spending my time reading and consuming. And this is a really good one, you guys. I would say check in with self-worth, creativity, our throat and our womb really connected. So spend some time really nurturing those areas of your life. And yeah, I mean, clear that energy for yourself. We'll have to do some videos on here about clearing energy. I don't even think that's on my calendar. So whoa, we need to do that. Meditate is coming up. I've noticed for me, when I've gone through moments of not having a great relationship with money, that the last thing I wanted to do in those moments was to really commit to my meditation practice. And the thing is, it's just so helpful when we meditate every day. And if money is the thing that is stressing you out, and you really start to structure your day so that you can, and you really plan out your time and you dedicate your time. Now, I'm not saying fill it with a bunch of busy work, but if you actually put in your calendar and commit to 45 minutes of alone time and meditating, listening to some binaural beats or however you like to meditate, and you commit to doing that, it is going to really help everything else not feel so crazy. Maybe you just needed that reminder today. I know everybody watching my channel, you guys are aware of meditation, but it's just, I can't help, sometimes those reminders come through because we all get busy, we all get distracted, we all get caught up in this crazy paradox that we're trying to live as being these, embodying this fifth dimensional experience in this planet that still has we're really bridging a lot right now. You're living in so many realities at once. Just take the time to really develop that meditation practice, that silence, definitely making sure that you're getting off the screens for good amounts of time, connecting with the earth, all of that, of course, the things I'm pretty much always recommending. And then invite in some Ascended Master support for clearing your energy. It really can make such a difference, I think. In my experience, it certainly does when I'm humble enough and willing to invite in some masterful support. When I say that out loud, things shift. And I just know that if that's true for me, that means it's true for some of you guys too. Flow of prosperity, it's coming up, baby. It's here. It's just probably something that's stressing you out that needs to be looked at. There's probably just a little more structure that needs to be brought into your life, and that's okay. That's nothing to be afraid of. We are coming out of winter and going into the spring and summer, so we're coming out of that really feminine energy, and now we're inviting in that abundance, that flow of prosperity, planting seeds right now. But to plant seeds and tend to a good garden, we need to get organized. Okay, so that is the message for you guys in group number 2. Just get yourself organized with your time. Take time to meditate. Make sure you're drinking enough water. Get all this stuff, Google Calendar can be your best friend. It is your virtual assistant sending you little reminders all day long of all the things that you want to be doing for yourself, Now we are getting into Aries season. I think as this is, I don't know, I'm pretty sure we're either in Aries season or almost in Aries season. And that can be a little bit of a tendency to want to do a lot and we don't always stick to all of those things. That can be the shadow to an Aries, speaking from personal experience. So make sure that everything that you're committing to is something that will actually get done, or you're gonna feel even crappier when you fill up your calendar and you don't do any of that stuff. That's not good. So get really clear with yourself, invite in some structure, invite in that divine masculine energy to create containers for the beautiful divine feminine being that you are, that you can lean into, that you can start to express. And that way the containers have been set, and then you can just show up with your presence and your clarity and go into your meditations, and everything is scheduled. And if it's not on the schedule, don't give your time to it, and get really rigorous about that. Don't get wishy-washy. Stay very focused on what it is that you need to be doing right now, and you're gonna be in great shape. And it's the best card in the deck, you guys, the Flow of Prosperity card, so congrats on that. All right, group number three. Group number three, we have see the other person's point of view. What's stressing you out right now? My Magdalene card. This for me always signifies Magdalene. Lady Nada is not an Ascended Master that I think I've ever really connected to. So that's really beautiful. It also, of course, that's like the Mother card, and then Go Now. So these are the cards for group number three. I'm gonna hold all of these up again so that you can see them. Group number three, hello. So it feels like female relationships, right? It feels like maybe the mother wound for these guys, and that's such a deep one. That's a really deep one. Healing the mother wound is some of the most brave work that can be done. It's so brave, and it's so courageous, and it just takes so much willingness to show up, willingness to be human, willingness to feel all of your feelings about what it means to be mothered, what it means to be a daughter, what it means to be a mother in that relationship to divine mother. This is such a journey, and one that just takes a lot of bravery to do. So I just want to say to group number three, have a lot of compassion for yourself right now. So gentle to you right now. Treating yourself like that precious inner child that you are, really taking time to listen to that inner dialogue, really taking time to become a little bit more aware of the thoughts that you're having and where are they coming from. Some of those thoughts that we have sometimes that it's just like, oh, excuse me? When I see this card, see the other person's point of view, it feels like there is a person that has a lot of angelic energy who is either in your life now or about to be in your life really quickly, that is going to really assist this quickening with any of the work that's left to do, that still needs to be tended to in regards to this mother wound. This angelic presence, this angelic human being is coming into your life, and they just want you to see things from their perspective. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to even, like, on a human level, on like an ego level, it doesn't even mean that you really need to like this person all this much, but you'll know when there is an example of someone, you'll know when there is that presence that comes into your life that there's something to learn from this person. They're probably going to seem very different from you, but there is a mirror for you to see in another human being. Now again, this represents the Magdalene, Mary Magdalene to me every time I see this card, and she's all about the earth angels and helping the earth angels out and making sure the earth angels are finding one another, and she really has helped me connect with other women who have been such a light for me and such an example of how graceful that healing can be, and honestly how beautiful it can be. It doesn't always feel beautiful when we're going through it, but you can appreciate the journey for sure when you come on the other side of it. For you guys, I would say right now, sisterhood is going to be that, it's going to be that healing balm for your heart. And true sisterhood, true connection, truly seeing one another, you know, talking on the phone for hours, having someone over, and just talking, you know, late into the night. That kind of connection, woman to woman, that, you know, I'll even just personally, I don't do that enough. And I think that the way our lives have kind of gone, it can be a little bit difficult to make that a priority, and it's just something easy to forget. Connecting with other women on a soul level is just sacred work. And it's not even work. Why am I using that word? It's just sacred. It's one of my favorite parts of like being a human, is the way that we can connect to one another as women and with that sisterhood feeling. So if that has been missing from your life, know that it's safe to call that in and be in a place of just be really open to listening to whoever this is, this earth angel that is around you, that is supporting you, that is helping you out and assisting you through this time. For you guys, that mother wound might be the thing that is stressing you out right now, that's like causing some anxiety or some tenderness in your life, or just, you know, relationship to other women in general, relationship to how you nurture yourself and what that looks like. And the biggest answer here, the biggest thing that I can point to, is to soften to another woman. Soften yourself up and know that that's safe to do. Keep trusting yourself, trust your intuition to keep going. So there's just encouragement to like keep bringing those women, you know, keep magnifying that experience to you. Sisterhood is real and it's here, and it can happen on these online realms. I know from experience, as much as, you know, sometimes I just want to like completely shut everything down, but then I think about all of like the amazing people that I've met that have changed my life on Instagram, and then meeting them in person and building businesses together, and just how impactful it's been. So I will say for you guys too, there is a social media cord cutting ceremony on my website you can download it for free, and it might be nice to do that and then like engage with some friends online if you're thinking that you want to reach out to online friends. For those of you who have friends like nearby and in person, like do that, like go do that first. But if you're just like, I'm gonna just, you know, there's some people, some friends I want to reconnect with, do the cord cutting ceremony for, I mean, this is just, do whatever you want, but I love that ceremony for just getting myself like really clear. And Magdalene is in that. So it would be a really beautiful way if you are new to this kind of thing and you want to feel some of that Magdalene energy. It comes through very strongly in that social media cord cutting ceremony. So so that might be kind of helpful as you are expanding yourself into yeah, just like reaching out to other women. All right, group number 4, our final group. If you were feeling drawn to that number 4 today, very much an earth number. I love the number 4. And let's see who we have. I love this card, freedom. Oh yes, freedom, crystals, spiritual law of attraction, Melchizedek. What an interesting, fun. What an interesting and fun. Here, first, let's do it like this. Here you go, you guys. This is group number 4. Let's break this down. The word freedom is one that it gets thrown around a lot in our mainstream society, but when it is thrown around by our mainstream society, I do not believe that it is accurately matching the truest, purest frequency of my understanding of what freedom is, okay? This is kind of important to bring up because we hear a lot about freedom in all of these different ways. And it is time for you to actually feel what that word means to you, because this is a word and this is an embodiment of something that is very unique to each of us. So freedom for one woman might look radically different than freedom for another woman. So it's time for you to really drop in. I would actually right now, I would start to figure out, when was the last time you felt incredibly free? And how can you bring that last moment that you felt that freedom, how can you bring that into right now? Because there's probably what's causing a lot of your stress and anxiety right now is feeling very bound, feeling very tied up, feeling very suffocated even. So leaning into what freedom means and using the tools that we know we have, using the law of attraction to, we want to be her. I want to be her. I want to be in Hawaii with flowers under the moonlight on the beach with Mama Ocean. I mean, that's a big yes for me. And then we have, just the encouragement and the masculine energy really kind of holding this behind here. Work your magic. That is definitely what this card says to me. And that for you, that might involve bringing in some elemental support. So if you have crystals that hi, I've got my Lumerian that's almost always with me when I'm doing this kind of work. Oh, hi, Mr. Amethyst. Each of these crystals are programmed. I have set intentions for things that I want them to assist me with. And it's been incredibly helpful for me to do that. And so as you are leaning into this, remember that you are the creator of what that frequency means for you. And how do you do that? Okay, remember back to a time where you felt more free than you ever have in your life. And what is the number one moment of your lifetime so far that embodies your definition of freedom, okay? Take a moment, feel that experience, bring it to now, bring it to right now, and open your heart to really experience it and embody it wherever that you are right now, okay? Just everything else fades away. You come into this memory of freedom, And then, as you're feeling that feeling of freedom, use a piece of quartz, use a tool, use a talisman, something that can remind you that is always, it's always nearby. It's always something that you can pick up. It's always, now we can use these physical, beautiful beings. We can use these for their assistance, of course. But it's up to you to really feel it. You have to feel what that freedom is for you. And then you invite your little crystal friend in and you speak it and that request and that frequency of freedom, and you program that crystal to always guide you and be that pointing light to freedom. Okay, so get in touch with that word, because one, I think you've just forgotten what it feels like, and that forgetfulness, of course, can bring up a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. It's just because we've forgotten, and it's just time to take, create space for yourself to really remember. And whatever it was, whatever that experience it was, as much as you can recreate that in your life right now and really go into that time, like bring that time into the present. If it was a certain location, go back to that place if that's possible. If it was going out and having a meal, go to that restaurant. You get what I'm saying? So bring that in, remember what it means, use the crystals if you need to program frequencies that are helping kind of shine light into our next direction. And I think once you remember what that feels like, a lot of the anxiety and things, it can start to soften a little bit. And that can be the beginning of a really beautiful journey of healing. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. This is a lot of fun for me. I hope you've commented below on what it was that you pulled away from your reading today. Of course, I would love for you to subscribe. Make sure you ring the bell and that you are, getting notified when I'm releasing videos, which is quite often on this channel. I don't want you guys to miss anything. So much good stuff. Again, my name is Katie Burke. You can find out more about me on my website, katieburke.co. And of course, leave a comment below. I'll make sure to answer any questions that you have. Friend me on Instagram. We can chat there too. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.